DAHBOO77. We now have Chinese migrants coming to shore in Florida, here in mainland USA, coming up onto the shores, some escaping into the country to never be seen again, others getting apprehended, and it's got a lot of people saying what's really going on. You know, this whole title is in motion, the southern border, and we've seen a lot of Hispanics coming in from Latin America, Mexico, Venezuela, countries like that. China is nowhere close to our country. But for these individuals to be coming in, they've literally got to be crossing the big pond, the boat, or being flown here, something, being brought here. That costs money, takes fuel, energy. And from that far of a distance, that's a huge haul. These people swimming up onto our shores, people on the beaches down near Miami freaking out, and a Detroit resident, he witnessed this, saw 3 helicopters swoop in outside of his hotel. Then they were swarming these migrants, rounding them up, of which they said they caught 10. They said that it was a total of 15 that came in on the boat that you see here to the left, and that I guess the other 5 got away, because they've only arrested 10, although they admit 15 came in just on this one boat. Now, they have encountered 23,000 migrants just in 1 month alone in this area. We are getting invaded like never before. They're coming in from all angles, just washing right up on the beaches and taking off into the country. So I urge folks out there, if you see something crazy happening on the shoreline, on the beaches, where people are just washing up and then disappearing into the country, you need to say something, you need to do something, you've got to act on this. You can't just sit back and watch people infiltrating our country left and right. But yet, that is exactly what's happening by the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, soon to be millions. Nobody stops it. So, we're not on board with these governors that are shipping men into the interior of the country. We should be shipping them out, and that's it. If they want to come here, they come here legally. Just like you have to go to any other country, it has to be legally or you get kicked out. No exceptions. So, we got an invasion going on if anyone cares. Join me on the live streams Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, DAHBOO77, where I break this down further. Hit that subscribe button for more.
YouTube Music Premium is an experience.
Out of Wilmington, Delaware. This is DAHBOO7. We have an interesting bit of information coming out here right now out of Wilmington, Delaware, stating that the U.S. Virgin Islands have subpoenaed the Tesla Inc. CEO, Elon Musk, in its litigation into the role played by JP Morgan Chase & Company in the activity of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. So the Virgin Islands issuing this, putting it out there, and Musk is one of the richest people in the world, obviously. He's been the richest man in the world. They're saying that through this whole court filing, that Musk may have been referred to JP Morgan Chase by Epstein himself. So they're trying to put a direct connection that Musk and Epstein were close, and that it was Musk, or Epstein, that brought Musk into the fray, into the JP Morgan thing, and into the whole banking sector there. So the U.S. Virgin Islands accuses JP Morgan of missing these red flags about Epstein's abuse of women and all the stuff he put down in his ranch, also on the island. Bank trying to say that they should be held liable for all the stuff that goes down, especially for people that are no longer with the company or things that happened in the past. Others say, hold up, we don't think so. We think that all of you are tied in together. So, where this goes from here, yet to be seen. Elon Musk has not put a statement out. But if he does, I'll release that over on Twitter. Make sure to join me for the live streams Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, on DAHBOO777, where I break this down in more detail and cover a whole lot more on the live streams. Hit that subscribe button for more. Much love.
Shalom, give all praise, Yahweh Shemil Shabbat Shemer Kakadash. Honors to the elders and apostles, and in truth on down regarding truth and knowledge, and the Wadi Yahweh Shemil shall put his spirit, elders and apostles, men in truth on down regarding truth and knowledge. So we know his truth and knowledge, and call holy Yahweh Shemil Shabbat Shemer Kakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Shemil Shabbat Shemer Kakadash. Two DAHBOO7 reports, different reports. This relates to migrants, more migrants coming in. This time is Chinese migrants being dropped off in the Florida area. And you had Elon Musk relating to the Epstein litigation connection. That's two DAHBOO7 reports. I'm going to get some words. We'll get a few scriptures as well. Word is invasion.
Invasion.
Instance of invading a country or region with an armed force. Occupation. You know, related to the Bible, besieging, occupying, besieging, and occupying that territory, man. First the people of the besieging and occupying, then the place, man. The instance of invading a country or a region with armed forces, occupation, conquering, capture, seizure, man. Some other words. Annexation, annexing, takeover, appropriation, expropriation.
Expropriation.
So expropriation, the action by the state or authority by taking property from its owner. You can relate that with sharecroppers back in related to in America, man, for public or use or benefit, man. Just a hypothetical example. That's expropriation. Appropriation, the action of taking something for one's own use, typically without the owner's permission. So they just taking it. That's part of that siege. That's part of the occupying or occupation, man. So they just pretty much they're there to take over, man. We can know through history, man, using certain things called war to take resources from other countries, man, to ultimately occupy, using war to occupy those occupy or besiege relating to those resources, taking them over. You know what I mean? So they use form of tactics, armed forces, which would be a war, to ultimately besiege or occupy certain things relating to resources, even people and different things, man, for their own benefit and use, man. Let's continue on with definitions. An excursion by a large amount of people or things into a place or sphere of activity, an unwelcome intrusion into another's domain. So, an unauthorized person into a space, or property, or area that they're not authorized to be in. That's intrusion. You go with 38 of what's that? 38 Ezekiel 38:11. I'll get that scripture, Lord willing. That's that besieging, occupying, in pretty much an area that has no defenses, no form of barriers or protection to protect itself from the opposition. So it's an unwelcome intrusion. So that goes to that besieging and occupation. The meaning of the word invasion, the act of invading, especially entrance of an army into a country for conquest. Let's go to what other one? Exodus. This relates to relating to what you see with the migrants. So it's a little bit of both, the invasion and the exodus, man. Exodus, departure, which is a mass departure. People come into a space, man. You know what I mean? Mass departure of people. Let's get the word.
Exodus.
A mass departure of people, especially immigrants. And that's what you're seeing. Withdrawal, evacuation, leaving. They're leaving what? Their respected countries for a variety of diversity of reasons, man. Poverty, violence, other things, for example. Exit, migration, immigration. What's this one? Diaspora, man. Diaspora is the dispersion or spread of people from the origin homeland, man. And that's what happened with the Israelites. They've been spread out all four corners of the earth. You know what I mean? All over the place, man, from their original habitat, man. Go to it says it here, the departure of the Israelites from Egypt, man. So that was that mass departure related to the exodus from where they were exiled out, forced out, besieged by the adversary, man. And spread out into northern Africa areas and so forth and so forth, man. Western Africa areas. So they were spread out all four corners, man. Let's continue on. Let's get Exodus, Ezekiel 38 and 11. I quoted that. 38 and 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up into the land of unwalled villages, unwalled, where it's pretty much open territory, unfenced, lack of defenses, pretty much open space, man. And I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. And that's the people of those unwalled villages. In this case, it would be America, man. So the people are at rest, at very rest, man. Let me read it again. Thou shalt say, I will go up into the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. So there's no form of protection for the people in that space, man. So it's open space. Anybody can go in there. For example, you seeing different people coming in there, just coming in there. That relates more to besieging and ultimately occupying. But you can equate this what's going on related to the immigration and the migrants coming there by certain amount of numbers, and different variety of people. There's a report that the T word, individual that might be related to certain things, shalak, relating to certain things, was part of that line of people coming in, man. And you'll know who's coming in here because the Border Patrol, they're limited on what they really can handle as far as the volume of people that come in here. And they do whatever they do to the best of their abilities and the resources given to them. But you can have people that come in here that that shouldn't really be in here, man, because they could be part of that, that exodus, or that pretty much, that exodus of people coming in here, man. So this is relating to having no bars, no gates, no defenses, man. That's Ezekiel 38. To take a spoil, and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places they are now inhabited. And that goes to taking, besieging and occupying, man. And even taking spoils, the goods, the booties, different things, man. And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle, goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. So they're there to take and occupy that space. Besiege it, occupy. Let's get that word besiege and occupy. Here we go, besiege. Definition.
Besiege.
Surrounding a place with armed forces in order to capture it or force it to surrender, lay siege to. That goes to the people and the place, man. Occupying, besieging, occupying the people, and besieging, occupying the place as well, man. Because the people are part of that place and the place is part of that people, man. Blockade, surround. So that's the main definition there. We get occupy. Occupation.
Occupation.
So one we want is not the one relating to profession. We want the second one. The action, state, or period of occupying or being occupied by military force. And that goes to besieging by that military force to ultimately occupy that military force. That military force by what? What? Person, place, and things, man. And that's what you're seeing. Definition of occupation. No, this relates to earning. That's not what I want. All right, that's the main one. So that goes. You could go to the First of Maccabees talking about that as well, man. Now the second one's relating to Elon Musk with something with the Epstein. We'll get a few scriptures on that real quick. Let's get Sirach 5 and 15. It's a quick lesson. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. And ignorant being pretty much naive, lack of knowledge, or lack of knowing generally, man. Related to whether it's great or small. Luke 12 and for there is nothing covered that shall not be made revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So anything hid or covered or tried to be covered is going to be made known eventually. That's Luke 12, 2 and Luke 12 and 2. Let me see. Therefore, whosoever have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in and the ears in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So things that were made to look like being secret and closed doors are going to be proclaimed, be made known, man. And things that were hidden in darkness or out of sight is going to be made manifest, man. Let's see the other one. Here we go. 8 and 17 souls. Luke 12, 2 and 3, and Luke 8 and 17. Similar language. For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, nor anything secret that will not become known and come to light. When that goes to what's hidden, what's secret, what's behind closed doors, is going to be exposed, man. For the eyes of the Lord is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. So that relates to the Lord's angels, man. They see everything, they report everything, man. Scripture talk about pretty much his eyes are on upon both the good and the evil, you know. So, you know. The scripture talks about, I believe in Job 5, 12, 13, 14. Talk about in noonday they grow up in nighttime. So pretty much their mannerism is, whether daytime or nighttime, they think nobody sees what their actions, man. You know, their ways, man. So that's what that goes into. This was a few scriptures. Let me get another one, last one. He turned their own tongues against them. So their own words are going to be pretty much a stumbling block or a trap for them, man, and bring them to ruin. So their own words, whether they're trying to or not, is going to ultimately be a stumbling, and it's going to reveal them ultimately, man. All who see them shall shake their heads in scorn. And I believe the scripture talks about they'll flee from them when they see, because they want no part of what they saying, man. You know, and really they don't buy it, man. That's Psalm 64. I'll get a regular. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. So they're gonna they're pretty much like stumble. They're gonna stumble over their own words. All that see them shall flee away. So they're gonna flee away, relating to what they say, man. And this was just a few scriptures relating to those two things, relating to a DAHBOO77 report. And give all praise Yahweh Bashim Yashah Bashim Kakadash. Hope it helps. Zayah Wolf Shalom.